Hello, everyone. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to pause this. Hold on. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me? Hi. Yes, you can ask me something as long as it's appropriate. Yay, I'm glad. I don't know if this is, it's really loud, I think. Let me turn it down. It's okay. It doesn't have to be morning. You can do this any time of day. It's going to be really low to the floor, so actually pretty good, even if it's not the morning. Can I do a video for abs and to lose weight? I don't do yoga for weight loss. That's just a personal opinion of mine. I can do a Pilates class that targets the abs. How old am I? I am 31. I just turned 31 on the 11th. Okay, I'm just gonna go up here. But hello, thank you all for joining. Let me just see who's in the chat. Wow, there's 90 of you. Putting the pressure. Okay, this chat goes really fast and I have such a difficult time concentrating, so just bear with me. How is everybody doing? Where are you all from? How are you? I'm good, Maddie. Thank you for asking. I'm a bit tired. I had a really bad sleep last night, but other than that, I'm really good. I was up early, walked the dog. He's downstairs right now. Maybe I'll bring him in at the end of the class. Lori, thank you for joining the beginner classes. What's my favorite time of day for doing yoga? You know, right now I really like restorative styles, so like yin, deep stretching. So I like to do yoga right before bed, and just a quick practice in the morning, or like just like if I'm playing with the dog, I'll just sit on the floor and kind of stretch while I'm throwing a ball. Hello, Lisa from Ontario, fellow Canadian. South Africa, Toronto, Virginia, Dallas. Wow. This is so crazy. I'm always so amazed that we can connect like this. Perfect. Great. Does anybody have any questions before we start? And any poses that you'd like to practice today? Nothing intense. It's going to be really low to the floor. So do you have any like really any poses that you really enjoy doing that you would like me to add in today? Because today I'm winging it. We're gonna go with the flow and see where it takes us. Your bird says yoga bird before I start yoga. Oh my gosh. That's a smart one. So sweet. Sorry guys, I'm still reading these. Can we please start? Yes, let's start. Okay, so child's pose. Maybe I missed some poses here. I don't know, but we'll definitely do, pigeon pose. That's a good one. Okay, hips and lower back. We're on the same kind of frequency here. So we'll kind of, I guess, yeah, so everybody wants to kind of work on the lower body. So we'll work on mid body, lower body. We'll still get a bit into the upper body. I want this to be a full body practice. Is there anything restorative for wrists? Of course, if I remember, I'll be sure to add some in. Yes, we can start. Everybody wants to start. I can talk forever. Groin. Okay, so lower body, if you have any props, if you feel like you need them, I'm not going to use any today, but I will give you those modifications. So feel free to grab those. And when are we starting? We're starting right now. Okay. I'm leaving the chat, everybody. I'm going to go on my mat and I'll give you a few seconds actually, a moment just to go grab your props. If you need like pillows, maybe you want a blanket for Shavasana towards the end. Okay, perfect. All right, guys, just let me know. I turn this down. I don't know if it's really loud because that's hitting the red. Okay, hold on. Can you all hear me still? Because I know in my last live it was really low when I got to my mat. Just let me know if you can hear me from over here, if it's too low, if you'd like it a little louder. No, it doesn't have to be morning. This can be done any time of the day. It's actually like really great to do before bed too, or as a midday practice. Can hear you. Okay, I'll do that one more time. Nobody's answering me. Can you all hear me from over here? Can you hear me? Testing, testing. Namaste. Maybe a bit louder. Yeah, I think I'll do it a bit louder. I know it's really loud when I'm close. Hello, hello. Can you hear me now? Still just hitting the green, but a little louder. We'll do it a little louder. Turn it all the way up. Testing, testing. Okay, I'll do it till it hits the red while I'm close. Testing, testing, testing. Okay, last time. I'll do it a bit louder if you need. Sorry, guys. Much better all the way. I'm doing it a bit. I don't want it to if I talk really loud at one point, it might hurt your ears, so. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Everybody's set. Great. So we'll begin class just laying on our backs. Feel free to bend the knees. You can plant the feet on the mat. Just move my chair. So feel free to keep the knees bent. You can keep the feet planted on the mat if that feels better for your lower back, or you can just take the feet out to either side of the mat here. Hands to your sides, palms facing up, and just taking a moment to connect with the present moment, connect with the mat. Maybe start to draw your focus between the connection of your back, the sacrum, being supported by the ground, the mat. We'll take a deep inhale, drawing the breath into the chest. As you exhale, sighing out all that tension, softening the ribs, the upper back, the shoulders. We'll draw the breath into the belly. Again, exhaling, sighing out any tension in the mid-back, the lower back. We'll go ahead and just draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a big hug here. Giving yourself some love today. Good hug. Option to gently rock side to side. And again, just taking a moment here to observe the connection between the back and the mat. feet on the mat. Keeping the knees bent, we'll take the feet mat width distance. Take the elbows in line with the shoulders. This might be a bit of a deep stretch for you, so if so, you can keep your hands just resting to your sides, and we'll just gently rock the knees side to side. Don't rush here, just take your time rolling over the glutes, over the sacrum. You might even feel a click or pop, completely normal. Just observing the body here, be really present. Drawing your focus towards the hips, maybe the groin, the glutes. Notice if you're overarching the spine, again, just softening the mid-back, the lower back. We'll go ahead and hug the knees in back towards the chest, grabbing the backs of the thighs. Use a bit of your core here. We'll come all the way up. Come to a comfortable seat, whatever that may be for you. Feel free to sit on some pillows or blocks. Elevate the hips. And we'll sit nice and tall here. We'll take a few deep inhales, reaching the hands up overhead. Exhale, release the hands back down. Flip the palms, inhale, reach. Exhale, release. 2 more times, inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale, reach. Exhale, plant the left hand to the mat, right hand reaches up and over for a side stretch. Now feel free to stay on your left hand, or you can just release down to the left forearm. Reaching through the right fingertips, gently rolling the shoulder open, take your gaze up. Drawing the breath into the belly. As you exhale, softening the belly. We'll inhale, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, side stretch towards your right. Right hand or forearm to the mat. Left hand reaches up and over. Gently rolling the shoulder open, take your gaze up. Drawing the breath into the belly. Exhale, softening the belly. Inhale, reaching the hands up overhead. Exhale, we're going to twist towards our left hand just behind you, right hand to the left knee. Grounding through both sit bones here. Now, twisting and having your left hand just behind you is too intense. Feel free just to keep it right beside you. Gaze over towards your left. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, lift through the sternum. Exhale, softening the shoulders. Inhale, reach the hands up overhead. Exhale, twisting towards the right. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Maybe even twist a little deeper as you exhale, or just having that intention. We'll come back to center. We'll just find some organic movement here. So just circling the waist. Feel free just to rock side to side if that feels best for you. And just really connecting with the body here, with the spine. Feel free to come all the way forward, all the way back. And you can even get a bit into the shoulders. You can move with your breath. Inhale forward. Exhale back. We'll go opposite direction. We'll come back to center. Go ahead and interlace your fingers. We're going to work a bit on the wrists. So interlacing your fingers, we'll go ahead and make a wave. So this is a bit of a mind-body connection here. So just start doing a wave in whatever direction feels best for you. You can take the hands up a little higher. You can keep them lower. Again, whatever works for you today. And maybe see if you can go a little faster. And then we're going to switch directions. So this is the difficult part. Opposite direction here. So take your time. Again, mind-body connection. Be really present. This might even feel like a bit of a workout. And we'll release, just resting your hands on your thighs, palms facing up. Take a moment here as you exhale, sighing out any tension in the shoulders. Let the arms be heavy, hands be heavy. And we'll go ahead and come to our knees. We'll send the hips towards the heels, taking the forehead or cheek to the mat for child's pose. Now, option here, you can take the knees together. You can have the knees further apart for a deeper stretch, or if that just feels more comfortable for you. And again, just walking the hands forward, forehead or cheek to the mat. And you can place pillows or blocks underneath the hips, between the hips and heels, and underneath the torso for added height and support. Wherever you are, completely letting go here, we'll draw the breath into the chest. As you exhale, softening the shoulders, the upper back, the arms, the hands. We'll draw the breath into the belly. Now as you inhale, expanding the lower back, so just feeling the waistband of your pants getting tighter here with each inhale. And as you exhale, softening the hips, the feet, the toes. We'll take one more inhale. As you exhale, completely sigh out all tension in the upper back, the lower back, the hips. On your next inhale, we'll come to a tabletop pose. Rest under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll inhale, dropping the belly, take your gaze up for cow pose. Exhale, rounding through the spine, take your gaze down for cat. Now feel free to just find some organic movement. You can circle the hips. You can kind of rock side to side, whatever feels best here. Continue at your own pace. Come to a neutral spine. Begin to walk the hands forward, hips stay exactly where they are. And just start to kind of rock side to side as you melt the chest down towards the mat. Now you can just stay rocking side to side, or you can come right into your puppy pose, taking the chin and chest to the mat, or just the forehead. Now if this is too intense, you can always take the forehead to a block, just for some added height. Pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, stay grounded here. Inhale, rounding through the spine all the way down to your belly. Take your time here. Resting on your forearms, elbows in line with the shoulders, palms face down on the mat. Feel free to take the elbows a little further up. We'll inhale, lift through the spine, the sternum, tucking the tailbone, so pressing the pubic bone into the mat. Take your gaze forward, drawing the breath into the chest. Option here to stay still or gently find some movement, rocking side to side. You can gaze over one shoulder and then gazing over the other. Come back to center, plant the hands, tucking the toes, use a bit of your core here. Send the hips up for down dog. Feel free to walk it out. You can bend one knee, bend the other. You can bend both. Let the head be heavy, no tension in the neck. Sending the tailbone up towards the sky, ribs in and up, engaging the core. Drawing the breath into the belly, pressing the mat away from your hands and feet. We'll take one more breath. Full exhale, inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged down dog. We're gonna bend that knee, drawing the knee up towards the sky, opening that left hip. Try to draw the right heel down towards the mat. If not, just keep that bend. Continue pressing the mat away from your hands and feet. On an inhale, scoop the spine here, drawing that knee in towards the forehead. We're going to plant the foot between the hands, planting the right knee, coming right into your low lunge. Take a moment here, feel out the pose. Feel free to have some blocks underneath your hands. Lifting through the sternum, tuck the tailbone, avoiding any rounding here. Feel free to draw the left foot towards the left knee if that feels better for you. Grounding through the top of the right foot. Take one more breath, and as you exhale, start to walk the hands back, straightening the left leg, peeling the left toes off the mat. Inhale, walk back forward. Tuck the right toes, plant the hands. We're going to step it back into our down dog. Feel free to walk it out here, bending one knee, bend the other. Remember that each pose is optional. You don't have to do any of these poses if they don't feel right for you. Feel free to come to something that does feel better. On your next inhale, we're going to reach the right foot all the way up, three-legged down dog, bending at the knee. Opening the right hip, drawing the right knee up towards the sky. Keeping the shoulders nice and square here. We'll take one more breath as you draw the knee in towards the forehead. Plant the right foot, between the hands. Drop that left knee, take your time. Low lunge, lifting through the sternum. Feel free to have your hands on a block if that feels best. You can even take your hands to your knee. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, start to walk the hands back, straightening the right leg, lifting the toes up towards the sky. Take a moment here, half split. Inhale as you walk the hands back up, Low lunge, tuck the left toes, sending that right foot back. Bending the knees, walking the knees. Feel free to straighten the legs if that feels best today. Inhale, stepping to the top of the mat. We're going to come right into our half lift. Flat back, come up as high as you need. Straighten the legs. As you exhale, feel free to bend the knees. We're going to come right into our folds. So just a gentle flow here. Inhale, come to standing, reaching the hands up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, the hands reach up. Exhale, take your fold. Feel free to bend the knees. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Again, come up as high as you need. Exhale, plant the hands. We're going to step it back into a plank. Hold it here a moment, full inhale. Feel free to exhale, take a chaturanga or drop the knees. Come into your chaturanga. Lower halfway. Inhale, untuck the toes, up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes. Come right into your down dog. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged down dog. Exhale, take that knee and ankle to the top of the mat. Coming right into your pigeon pose. Now, if this doesn't feel good, don't worry, I'm going to give you a modification. So if you want to do your pigeon pose, you can place a pillow underneath your hip. You can place a pillow underneath the front of the right hip. But if this just doesn't feel right today, no worries. You can always come to your back and just placing that left ankle to the top of the right knee. You can stay right here, or you can thread the left hand between the legs, interlacing your hands behind the right thigh, hugging the legs towards the chest. Or just come to something that works better for you. So wherever you are, drawing the breath into the belly. If you're in your pigeon, feel free to walk the hands forward, folding over that left leg, stopping wherever you feel the stretch. Again, wherever you are, drawing the breath into the belly. As you exhale, soften the body wherever you can, maybe the legs, the feet, the hips. Taking a moment here to check in with the body. Observing the body, no reacting. So just observing. If something does feel painful, come right out. We'll go ahead and gently release, planting the hands. Use a bit of your core here. Tuck the right toes, sending that left foot back, down dog. Walk it out and just take a moment to observe the legs. Notice how they're feeling. Notice the difference between the two. On your next inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale for your pigeon pose, knee and ankle towards the top of the mat. Lifting through the sternum, feel free to come to your modification or other pose that does feel better. If this just isn't it today, no worries. If you're in your pigeon pose, feel free to fold forward, stopping wherever you feel the stretch. Drawing the breath into the belly. And as you exhale, softening the hips, the legs, the feet, and the ankles. Plant the hands, take your time here, use a bit of your core. Tucking the left toes, we'll send that right foot back into our down dog. Walk it out. Again, just observing the legs here, notice how they're feeling. We'll plant the knees, crossing the ankles, coming all the way down to our backs. Bending the knees, planting the feet on the mat. Go ahead and just allow the knees to fall open, coming right into our supine pigeon pose. Feel free to place pillows underneath the knees, or you can even straighten one leg and just keep one knee opened. And then just switch halfway through. Drawing the breath into the belly. As you exhale, softening the mid-back and the lower back. You might notice as the spine starts to soften, the sensation might get a bit more intense here in the groin, maybe the outer thighs. Doing your best to completely let go, even if it's just for a moment. If you have one leg straight, just go ahead and switch the legs. Otherwise, stay in your supine butterfly pose. We'll gently release, lifting the knees and keeping the legs together. We're just going to take both knees over towards the left. Back stays flat on the mat for a supine twist. Now you can place a pillow between the knees and underneath the knees for added support and height. You can even place a pillow or folded blanket underneath the right shoulder for less of a twist. So it'll kind of lift you a bit, so your back isn't so flat. So again, staying where you feel most comfortable. Don't put yourself through any pain. You should feel good in each movement and pose that you do. checking in with the body and just noticing where you're holding that tension. Using your inhales to create space. And exhaling to completely let go. We'll inhale, lift the knees, take your time here, taking them all the way over towards the right. Again, feel free to modify or just take a different pose. Using your inhales to create space. Exhaling to completely let go here. Inhale, lift the knees, taking the legs in towards the chest. Give yourself one last tug here, good squeeze. Option to gently rock side to side. And we'll take the feet to the bottom of the mat. Hands to your sides, palms facing up. We'll prepare for Shavasana. Feel free to take a blanket, cover up if you're feeling a bit chilly. We'll just take this one moment of our day out of our practice to just be and to soak in all the work we just did. We'll work through the body from the crown of the head to the root of the body, the feet. We'll begin to soften the forehead, keeping a gentle gaze with the eyes, or begin to close the eyes. Softening the jaw, the back of the neck, so just allowing the chin to fall naturally. We'll draw the breath into the chest, maybe expanding the ribs as you inhale, feeling yourself lift off the mat. And as you exhale, sighing out any tension in the upper back, the shoulders, softening the ribs. Allowing the arms to be heavy, hands to be heavy. We'll draw the breath into the belly. Biggest breath you've taken today. And as you exhale, softening the mid-back and the lower back. So just finding that nice neutral position within the spine. Observing the hips, maybe observing the connection between the sacrum and the mat. Soften the knees and just allowing the feet to naturally splay out. We'll rest here a few moments, continue working through the body or just observing the body. Observing the breath. We'll gently begin to wake up the body, so just bringing some movement here, rocking the head, wiggling the fingers and toes, maybe bending the knees. You can rock the knees. We'll roll over towards our right. Take a full inhale. And exhale. We'll come to a nice comfortable seat, whatever that is for you. Taking hands to heart center, I invite you to join me for an Om. We'll take an inhale, and as you exhale for Om, full breath. Inhale. Exhale. Thank you for joining. How is everybody feeling? It's so painful. How is everybody? I'm sorry that that was painful for you. Let me know in the chat how that was. I think I'm kind of delayed here. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad you guys enjoyed it. Awesome. Do you guys have any questions for me? First time joining. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for joining, Amanda. I'm so glad, Emmy, that made your Sunday much better. I'll turn this down. I think it's a bit loud. How was pigeon for you guys this morning? I know that can be a pretty intense pose, especially in the morning. For me, I love it in the morning. But I know that that can be quite a daunting pose. That's why I added just a little bit of a flow. 222, what a special number. Is this the only live class? No, we've had a few in the past, and I hope to make it more regular, have like that regular schedule. So hopefully next week or the week after, I'm just gonna go through my schedule and see, and then I will actually post a poll on the community chat for you guys, and then you can let me know which day, which time. I know we always do it on Sundays. I think this is the earliest class that we've actually had, and I'm surprised how many people showed up. It was incredible. A tradition of Sunday classes. That would be awesome. If you guys like these Sunday classes, we can keep them on this day. Yeah, using props like pillows can be super restorative and just and supportive for you if you feel like the stretches are a bit intense. For me, sometimes using props, it's just not enough, but some days my body is so tight that I need it. So it's really important that you listen to the body. Use whatever you have around the house. Is the only way to donate through PayPal. No, you can donate through the little, there should be a little button that has like a money symbol here in the chat, just where you type if you'd like to donate. Sure. That's always appreciated. No pressure though. No pressure at all. That's not necessary. Would I consider doing another 30-day series? Of course. There will be one in December. I will let you guys know closer to date. But yeah, I have a few already on the channel, which I'm super happy about. I love doing 30-day challenges and series. I think it's just such a great way to stay accountable and just be together as a community to support one another. Thank you so much, Jessica, for that donation. Thank you, thank you. So kind, so sweet. How many times do you practice a day? Once at least. Quick practice, sometimes 5 minutes, if that's all I can do that day. But yeah, at least once a day. I used to do it twice a day for a very long time. But now it's just kind of with editing, filming, especially on filming days, I just don't want to do any more yoga than I already did. So I'll just maybe like do a quick stretch before bed just to kind of work out the kinks. Can I do a post-workout yoga practice, a full body recovery stretch? Of course. I think I have a few of those already on the channel. I don't know if there's a way that you can search it, but if you ask me in a comment, I can always just add the link. Thank you so much, Joanna. Thank you for that donation. What are the donations used for? I use the donations to upgrade equipment. So I will be getting a new microphone thanks to you guys. It helps me keep my music subscription. So just stuff like that. Just to help really keep the channel thriving, but completely not necessary. If you feel like you've enjoyed the classes and do want to donate, all donations do go towards just upgrading and subscriptions. Thank you so much, Cherise. Oh, it's so nice to see some familiar names. Thank you so much for that donation. I'm always missing the live when you start exactly. I'd love to attend. I always post these lives ahead of time. So they're always either in the community, food, outfits, roof over her head. No. I don't use donations to buy outfits. But yeah, back to that question. I always post the lives to the community chat and on my Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at Yoga with Bird. But you can always also just check the channel homepage, and it should be the first video that pops up when there's a live scheduled. Sorry guys, I'm still reading through these. Yeah, Pigeon Pose. Someone said that normally they like it, but today they were a bit tight. So that's actually a really common thing. So each day you're going to feel different. You're never going to feel the same. Like every day it's going to be different depending on the stress. Emotional stress especially has an effect on your physical body. So that always plays a factor. So just listen to the body and don't force yourself to do anything that does not feel right. Okay, great. Does anybody have any other questions to ask me before we end the chat? Thank you so much, AL. You guys are so kind. Thank you so much for that donation. Could you donate specifically to my outfit fund? I would prefer not, but I appreciate that. Thank you. You can, yeah, no. We don't donate to my outfit fund. But again, like I mentioned, it's not necessary. But it is definitely appreciated when you guys, I love your messages too. I know so many people send me messages and emails, and it makes me love doing these classes and creating classes for you guys. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Oh, thank you. Hello, Brian. Brian was actually here for some of my first lives. He's like an OG here. I have a love-hate relationship with Pigeon Pose. When I first get into it, it's very difficult, but once I breathe and loosen the body, it feels fantastic. Yes, some days, yeah, for me too, it's like pretty intense at first, but as the body starts to kind of settle in, it's a really great and restorative pose too. Do I have any 30-day challenges coming up? I do. Well, in December, I might do one in December and January, but I know December for sure. This new year, I did it in January, but I would like to do it just before the new year, just to kind of, because there's so many challenges out in January. I want to offer that just before, because I think that's a great way to start the new year, just to create that habit before the new year starts. And I don't know if I'll have another one before then, but I might. I always kind of have these, I go to sleep and I wake up with like this genius idea to just push out 62 classes in 1 month. So you never know. You never know. You're welcome, Andrea. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, Planet C64. I wish I knew you guys' names. Where do I get my leggings from? These leggings are from Onzi. There's a link in the description of this video, and I usually kind of tag what I'm wearing in the description, or like my favorite brands. So you can always find that there. Great. Any questions? And then we'll kind of put this to an end, and I will be sure to get a poll up inside the community chat, in our community tab, not chat. And you guys can let me know which days you like, which time works best for you next. I know everybody's schedule is so different. So I'll do that, and great. December sounds good for 30 days. Yes, I am so excited for that. I already have a little bit of it kind of planned. So I'll let you know closer to date. I'm still going up in the chat, guys. What's my favorite part of the day? My favorite part of the day, like as in like what I do, or like what time of day? My favorite part of the day is snuggles with my dog, my cat. Oh, thank you so much, Claire. Thank you so much. Brian woke up at 5:30 a.m. I wish I had that kind of motivation. It's hard to even get up at 6 to walk the dog, but I do. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for these donations. I appreciate you guys so much. And I love, love, love spending my time with you like this. I always find it so amazing that we can connect from all over the world in this way. What was my inspiration to become a yogi? Well, I wouldn't say that I'm a yogi. I'm human. What was my inspiration to yoga? I have a link that you can check out that kind of discusses my journey to yoga. But in a nutshell, I had a really bad surgery. And then to heal from that, when I got home, I started practicing yoga. And then it started helping with my anxiety. So I just kind of stuck with it and made it a regular thing. And the rest is history. This time is perfect. Yeah, there was a lot of people in today. So I think this time is pretty good. It's a bit early for my liking, but that practice kind of woke me up